What's up, Anna? Got an awesome guest today, and that is Sixto, and I probably got the name wrong. I probably pronounced it wrong, but he is the owner of CBD Storm and CBD Storm LLC, and he's about to be with us. I just got to get him in here right now, and then I'm gonna get my main account in here. But let me get him. Shot 1 second. Hey Susie, she's that. What's up? Cricket the nomadic traveler. Wait for 1 moment.
How is that working?
Hey man, what? Let me get my other account in 1 second.
All right. Ya, estamos bien ahí. Siéntate vos. That ain't no phone.
They make it rather hard here on Instagram for certain things.
Turn the volume up. Oh, volume is all the way up already.
Ah. Okay. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Let me do something here real quick. There we go.
What's up, guys? All right, so Sixto and you're Six. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, Sixto. Yeah, that's right.
Sixto. Okay, and is that Damien next to you?
Oh no, that's my son Esar.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Frank.
Okay,
so I heard so much about your company, but first off, why don't you tell everybody basically what CBD Storm is? And I have some questions.
All right. So basically, CBD Storm is a CBD dispensary. We only focus on CBD products. Of course, your THC derivatives of that, like Delta 8, 10, THCO, THCPs, and we focus on all those that is cannabinoids from the hemp plant derived from cannabis. We don't sell any tobacco products, any kava, anything like that. We focus only on CBD only. That's our focus, and moving forward, going into that with the cannabis community.
Okay, and you guys have poetry slams there as well?
Yeah, so we created one of the first consumption lounges in the state of Florida.
Oh, wow.
So basically, customers can come in, they can purchase their CBD products, the Delta 8 products. If they want us sit here, use their flower, roll up a blunt, roll up a joint, they're able to do that. And we also got water pipes. We got rigs that they can use here if they wanted to do that. For medical patients, if they got their medical card and their medication comes in a container from the dispensary, they're allowed to use that, because sometimes, as a medical people, they are medical patients. Sometimes they're out and about. They don't have a place there, they can sit back and, take care of their medication. So, we give them that option to them, to allow them to do that.
That's awesome, and that's what drew me to actually. I think Flex actually is the first person that told me about you guys.
Okay.
Because I write poetry a lot. He's like, man, you gotta find CBD Storm and see what they're doing over there. So I was on the website this morning, and there were some questions that I have just on some of the actual chemicals, because besides the CBD, I saw some things I didn't know, like for example, THCB. Now, what is that? Like I saw THCB, like vapes and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, THCB is a new cannabinoid that was discovered in 2019 by the Italian team. This Italian team had discovered many minor cannabinoids. You know, they had discovered THCB, THCP. They have discovered what was the other one? What's the other? They have several minor cannabinoids they have discovered, and they tend to discover these where these cannabinoids are. A lot of the reading that you're gonna do when you do a research on these cannabinoids, it mentions stronger than marijuana. Okay, I don't like to use that terminology because it's a little bit different. I mean, you think it makes you believe that it's stronger for the reason they attaches to your receptors faster and it stays there longer. So that's where you get that. That's where the people believe it's stronger. It's not that it's stronger. It's just you get the feeling a lot faster and it stayed there within that feeling a lot longer. So that's the reason that it gets that literature going out there saying it's a lot stronger, which is that it just travels faster into your receptors, and yeah, it stays longer, so you feel that high, that feeling a lot longer than that. So THC was discovered in 2019, so it's that one is supposed to be about 10 times stronger, so you get that feeling a lot faster. It's very body, you get that body high a lot faster, and what is crazy about it is like a lot of the cannabinoids, like for example Delta 8, when let's say you vape it, you get it, you start getting the feeling, and eventually, little by little, it start going away.
Yeah.
This one is actually the opposite. You get the feeling right away within minutes, and as it going, you start getting the feeling gets stronger and stronger. So as I just took a quick hit, one little vape out of it, and I start feeling it. I'm like, okay, that's good. It feels great, you know. And I'm thinking, just because I did one hit, that should be it. Well, as I sit there for a little bit longer, I start feeling it stronger and stronger. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. When is this going to stop? We got to a point where it kind of plateaued, and I was like, this is crazy. I mean, off one puff, I'm feeling extremely great. My body pain went away within that all that time that I had that. And hours after that, I still was feeling the effects in my body that I wasn't feeling the pain.
Yeah. We're actually talking about THCB now. This is a Sixto and the Son from CBD Storm, and you guys are in Orlando, right?
Yes, we got two locations, one in Orlando and one in Longwood, Florida, so within the same area.
Okay. Yeah, and I read this morning that there was basically like 125 different cannabinoids that they had found recently over the last couple of years. And while I was reading that also, so tell me a little bit about HHC. Is that similar to the THC?
HHC comes from the pollen of the plant, so of the pollen of the flower. So it gives you almost the same effects as Delta 8. It's not a THC, so I know a lot of people, that's kind of like a solution for some people. They want to get that feeling, but don't want to be in the jeopardizing testing positive in a drug test. So since it's not a THC, they're able to use that and, you know, get some similar effects to they would do with a Delta 8 or a THC product, and be able to get that same feeling with it.
Okay. So HAC, THCB, and then what was it? The 3G-D9? Is that what it's called? The other one?
Yes, 3G-D9.
Okay, and is that different than Delta 9?
So it's Delta 9. It's Delta 9O. So it's actually acetated, so it has a little bit stronger of a feeling than Delta 9. Just because it's a little stronger, so it'll be about 3 times stronger than Delta 9, but it's still a Delta 9, so it hits the same as a Delta 9 would, just that it will last a little bit longer in your receptors, and it'll hit a little bit faster.
Yeah, it's kind of like the THCO, you know, so THCO is just the THC that's been acetated. So what they did, they singled out a lot of companies that put out D9 products, they add THCO in order to achieve the acetated stage of the D9 cannabinoid. what 3G did a little bit different is they acetated the actual D9.
Okay, I got you. So all of these chemicals federally they're legal, right? It's legal to sell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And but you could tell. I mean, do you smoke the regular cannabis, or you just CBD, or personally?
I have both of them. Yeah.
Okay, so like, what do you use like for certain? What do you think works the best, like for anxiety, for example? Like which of these chemicals would you go for?
For anxiety, I think I would say CBD normally.
Just straight
If it's
CBD.
Yeah, straight CBD. A lot of the times, we got oils, and even the people that like to vape, we got vapes that are specifically, they got terpenes that are added to it to help with anxiety. Either for calming the anxiety, or if it's something like the anxiety is more depressive than anything else, it would be something like a cannabinoid that will make people feel happy and uplifting.
Gotcha. Okay. And what about like now physical things like back pain, things like that? What you go more towards?
On that, anything that will have CBG.
CBG.
I mean, CBG helps with inflammation. CBD does as well, but CBG focus more on the inflammation of the body. So that anything that is a lot of companies pair up both of them, the CBD, CBG when it comes to topicals, and that helps a lot with the pain.
And where does CBN fall into this? CBN.
CBN normally what we tell people is helps them more to sleep because of the sedative properties it has. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, all these are just different cannabinoids that have been they're like taken out, and how does that work as far as like getting these certain cannabinoids out of the plant, extracting them, and then making it like just HHC or just Delta 9? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so a lot of the companies do single out a lot of these cannabinoids depending on what product they're trying to make. If they want to make a CBN product or a HAC product, so they extract this directly into doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what is like at your store? You think you focus it mainly on CBD, and are the other products just kind of like, is that your biggest seller, the CBD?
Right now, the way the industry is going, once Delta 8 came out to the market, a lot of people start going into that because they're chasing that feeling or the high, legal high. Some people they either can't get their medical card and they just want to get that feeling recreationally. So this is an option for them that doing that Delta 8 or Delta 10 products like that. So that increased, they got a spike on the sales with Delta 8 products, and a lot of people do like that, and it actually helps a lot of people with their pain and anxiety and stuff like that, and even to sleep. A lot of them.
I mean, for me, I smoke cannabis, but with Delta 8, Delta 9, I could tell the difference. It's a different type of just like more of a body, more of a calming, like I could definitely tell the difference between that, even though I smoke THC every day, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with CBD is, I believe when it first started coming around, it got a bad name. Just because a lot of gas stations would sell it and be like a watered down version of it. So a lot of people got a bad view on CBD. Now, I've seen CBD change people's lives,
Yes.
literally. And it's like, like who to trust or where to go to get the right product, so many people are turned, like I'll use my mom as an example, like she's turned away from it because she tried it. She was completely against cannabis her whole life, anything that had to do with it. Got her to try CBD when it first came around, but it was a product that didn't do anything for her at the time. And looking back, it was the source that had to do with it, because then when I found the right source and actually started getting real CBD, I noticed it made a difference. And it wasn't something that, I just took one time. It was kind of like over time, a buildup of it, like over like a couple of weeks, and then starting to feel the change with it, So that's where, like, I think a lot of the CBD, especially down here in Florida, it started out getting a bad name,
Yeah.
people because of that reason.
Yeah, a lot of people start getting CBD from gas stations and things like that. I even, I always tell people the story. I have a girl that came into the store one day, said she got a 1,000 milligram little bottle of CBD oil, and she said she paid $20 for it because she was asking, how my 500 milligram oil was more expensive than what she paid. I said, well, how much you pay for yours? She said, well, I paid $20 for my 1,000 milligram. I'm like, well, if you pay $20 for 1,000 milligram, I didn't know where you buying, because I mean, obviously, I'm overpaying them for my product. And I said, can I? She said, well, I got the bottle with me. I said, can I take a look at it? I said, sure. So I look at it. The first thing I do is I flip over to the ingredients. Well, the first ingredient in their listed was vegetable oil.
Oh, wow.
So that is, that's the major component of that the oil they got in there, which is that vegetable oil. So, for me, I tell her, I said, stop taking this oil because this is not healthy for you. She said, why is that? I said, well, you won't go to your pantry and take a shot of your Crisco vegetable oil you got in there that you cook with. She said, oh, no, that's disgusting. I said, well, basically, that's what you're doing with this oil you just bought at the gas station. Yeah. So and I explained to her then the difference, the difference oils that they use to, the cross with the CBD. A lot of the companies, they try, they put about 80 to 95% of CBD on that CBD oil. And, the others that they do in there, they put like a MCT oil or coconut oil, something like that. Probably the cheapest route that I ever seen it done by a reputable company is olive oil.
Really?
But for the most part, a lot of them use MCT oil.
Okay. So what can you look for when trying to find the right CBD oil as far as ingredients? What's the main things to look for?
Ingredient wise, make sure that it's CBD oil. If you're buying CBD oil, because you got the difference. A lot of the people have they confused with hemp seed oil versus the CBD oil. Yeah. So hemp seed oil doesn't have as much CBD percentage in there as the actual CBD oil. CBD oil uses the entire plant to make this oil, versus the hemp seed oil, they only use the seeds, which is not so much oil in those seeds. So make sure that it's CBD oil that it's coming from. A lot of, like for me, for example, for what we do in the store is we always, when we talk to the companies, our first question is always, where's the source of the hemp? Where did they get the hemp from? And a lot of people as a consumer, they're probably not going to get the answer to that question, but at least the people you buying it from should be giving you that information. Where does this product come from? What is the process that they go through to make this oil? So that's one of the things. What are the additives they add to this oil? If it's MCT oil that they add to it, what is the percentage of CBD oil in there versus the amount of MCT oil that they add in there? We try to stick with companies that do 80 or above. We got a company they do 95% of their bottle and there's CBD oil, and that's what you want to see. Yeah. And that's what we normally stick with. I mean, it's a little bit more pricey, but you get in the quality of the product, and then you get it what you're paying for. Also, the other thing is a lot of people focus on seeing those big numbers in the bottle. I'm taking 1,000 milligrams of CBD, and it's not that you're taking 1,000 milligrams. That's the total amount in the bottle.
Okay. So you're looking they're looking at the bottle, but not per dose. What to take. Exactly. Now, is there like, for somebody starting to get on the regimen on CBD, what's a good starter dose for them?
What was that? Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't hear what you say there.
Okay, like let's say a 65, 70-year-old comes in and they haven't done CBD, never did any marijuana in their life. What is a good dose to start for them to start with CBD?
And probably like starting at a lower dose if you've never really taken CBD or any product like that, just so you can kind of see if you need to go up, or if like, say you start at 300, then if a 300 works, then that's the dosing you need, and then you could always go up. Because if you start higher, you don't really know if you need to go down. Like if you start at 1,000, you don't know if that 500 would have worked.
Yeah, it's normally what we tell people, when they buy any oils or gummies or anything like that, we always say, look, the dosage in the back says, if it's gummies, it says one gummy. Start with half of that gummy and see how you feel, because it's easier to go up in the dosage versus, I say, and I put it to there in dollars amounts. It's like, listen, if you are able to achieve or get the results you want with a half a gummy, I said, you just double the bag there. Now
Exactly.
you got, instead of 10 gummies, now you got 20. I said, yeah, I'm not going to see you as often, but we're here to help you. We're not here to just take your money and then keep coming back and taking your money, taking your money. It's like this is to help people, and for people that don't get an understanding, like you say, it was a bad name of CBD out there. So we want to make sure that people get a good understanding of what CBD is, how it can help them, and point them in the right directions within the right products.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Like to be able, because that's what it's all about in the end, helping people, having that motive to explain to them, what they're taking, what they're doing, and that's a lot what the doctors unfortunately don't do. Unfortunately, you stay kind of half sick, half well. Sometimes on medications and never actually fix the problem. You know what I mean? But with CBD, like I said, for me, like a lot, what I didn't know about it, and with all the bad names, and I first finally got actual good CBD. It did take a while to. It's not like marijuana where you take a hit and boom, all of a sudden it hits for me. For me, it took about a week to actually kick in and me to actually start feeling level and feeling okay, anxiety wise, like on a regimen with it. Like is that normal for most people, or is it most people just should expect like the first time they take it to feel cured?
Yeah, normally once it goes through your body, it has to go through the whole, goes through your system, go through your liver, then it gets into your bloodstream, and that's when you start, as it goes, you start getting the effects and the good feeling out of it. At first, yeah, you'll feel that what they call the entourage effect. You're gonna feel that all that body high, all of that, and then within hours or so, you're like, hey, it kind of went away, so it's working but not working. But as you continue to use it, you're gonna start feeling the relief of it. Because what CBD does is, it balances your entire body and your entire system, your entire kind of endocannabinoid system, versus, you got a headache, you take a pill for that headache, that pill goes and affects your stomach. Now you got an upset stomach. Now you got to go take another pill for your upset stomach.
Exactly.
Now that pill for the upset stomach can either cause you to go to the bathroom too much or don't go at all. Now you're taking a third pill for that. So what CBD does is kind of balance everything all at once. If you got a headache, it's going to focus on that headache, but at the same time balancing everything else out within your body.
Another thing I want to ask now, like CBD oil, hemp seed oil, and now full spectrum oil. What is the difference in that?
The spectrums of the oil basically goes on the THC. So isolate, which is isolate is just they isolate just the CBD and CBD itself for that oil. Broad spectrum, all they take out of there is the THC. So with the broad spectrum, you will have all the different cannabinoids that are on there, like the CBN, CBG, all of that in there, on the particular amounts. But you won't have no THC in there. So a lot of people that is afraid with products containing that 0.03% of THC, which is the legal limit, and considered non-detectable. Some people don't want to have that in the oil. They say, well, I don't want any THC in it. Well, broad spectrum is what helps them. And it also have all the other cannabinoids. A full spectrum will have all those cannabinoids and the THC, that 0.03% of THC in it.
Yeah, it's like all of this since just becoming legal, recreational legal, medicinally legal. All this is kind of it's new to a lot of people. And they're learning what works for them, what strain, what oil, for different ailments. It's a learning process. So that's really cool that you're actually you're interactive with the customers and explain to them and all that, because a lot of places don't. Dispensary wise too. Cannabis dispensaries. A lot of them just they're going in there looking strictly at THC content. What's the highest THC content, and that's it. You know what I mean? And they're not getting the education that they really need on the subject, on what their ailments are and what's actually needed to fix it. But as far as the poetry side, is that once a week? This poetry slams?
Yeah, so we normally do the what we call spoken word. Is we do it every first of the month, every first Saturday of the month. So we bring, got a DJ, bring out, people come out, they able to get on the open mic. So people want to do poetry. We got people that like to sing. Some other people like to rap.
Awesome.
Some other people just want to vent out about things that are going on in their lives or the world. So we give them that outlet, that opportunity. Hey, here's a microphone. It's a no judgment zone. Nobody's gonna make fun of you. Nobody's gonna judge you. Nobody's gonna, everybody's kind of, give you the attention to what you're saying and listening to, what is your medium, So which
Yeah,
is it's a great thing, a great outlet,
that's really
especially
cool.
after coming out after 2 years of pandemic. A lot of people got a lot of things they want to get out of their chest.
Yeah,
So it gives them that opportunity. A lot of people, probably like yourself, like to write poetry, and it's sometimes like to do that. So that gives them the outlet
yeah.
to do that in a nice environment where everybody's laid back, everybody is in a chill, and it's not a place that you go like a regular bar that everybody's drunk and acting fool or anything. It's nothing like that. It's not that type
No,
of
yeah.
atmosphere.
Man, I'm telling. I told you I used to live in Orlando. I went to school up there in Winter Park, and I was in Melbourne for a while too. I lived in Melbourne, but if I was still there, I'd be there all the time, all the time. It sounds like the chillest spot, the way you're describing it right now. There's nothing like that around here. When it comes to that, nothing like that. But what gave you this idea, and like when did you start all this? Like, how long has it been going on for?
For the CBD store and everything that has to do with the dispensary, this is one of the creators. My son and his brother, they're the ones they came up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I came across CBD. I'm a veteran. I'm an Air Force veteran, and
Okay.
going to the VA, I go through a lot of pain and a lot of different things. And every time when I went to the VA, I talked to other veterans. They're like, 'Hey, man, why don't you do CBD?' And I'm like, you know what? I said, no, man, I don't. I was I would say, very ignorant about the product. So I said, no, man, I got a good job. I don't want to lose my job or we're taking drugs or something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I keep hearing it from more veterans. Hey, man, use CBD. That might help you. So I did some research myself. I said, you know what? It's not what I think. So I went ahead and ordered some CBD from a company in Oregon. That was a CBD oil that it was like 95% CBD oil. So it tasted horrible. So I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. So my mom, looks at it. She says, "Is that the marijuana oil?" I said, "No, mom, it's not marijuana. It's CBD." Oh, I'll take it. My mom suffers from a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
A lot of anxiety. She's going through a lot of depression because we lost my dad about 3 years ago.
Oh,
And this helped her tremendously. She took the oil, and within a day or two, I see the difference of her. Her mood changed. She was more uplifted. She was
wow.
more upbeat and wanted to go out and do things. And I was like, I found the cure for this. This will help her.
That's
I
awesome.
also ordered capsules from the company, so I started taking the capsules. The
Mhm.
capsules helped me a lot with my pain, and I was like, you know what, this is something here. So my kids see me that I was taking this, say, oh yeah, that one, why don't we open a CBD store? There's no one around here. I'm like, wait a minute, what do you guys know about this? So they start telling me, I said, well, you guys know a lot more than what I thought I knew. So I said to them, I said, well, I'm going to do like a bank would do. Present to me a business plan if you guys want to do this, and I'll look at it.
Okay.
So they went through it. They did all that. We're going to do this way, that way, this, or that. And I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. You can do this because of this situation, this other. And here we are. I mean, our Longwood store been at it 3 years, or Orlando store, which has the lounge. December is going to be a year.
Wow,
And
man.
they've been pretty much coming up with ideas. Like the lounge was their idea, doing that. So I was like, yeah, you know what? It gives a great opportunity to people that come out and see it differently.
Yeah, that's an inspiring story though. So you had to put it. Basically, you found out this happened close in time where you saw your mom's change, and then your son to come up to you with this idea. It was around the same time.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been amazing.
Yeah, man. That's inspiring. Yeah. So now two stores have grown from that, and just yeah, that's awesome. Do you plan on expanding more?
We're trying to figure out some new stuff. We have some new ideas. We can expand more.
Okay. So okay, that's awesome. I hope you come farther south, and if I am up in Orlando or in that area, I'll definitely stop by. Definitely stop by. I also was on your website. So for what is it for everybody that doesn't know? Is it cbdstorm.com?
Yeah, store.com. Yeah, that's our website. We do provide in the area of Orlando with delivery and curbside pickup. in throughout the states and even out of the country. Depending on the country, they can be shipped. We do shipping and provide shipping to them as well.
Okay, so anybody can go on the website and get these products, cbdstorm.com, and get it shipped. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, before we talked today, I was on there and checking it out, and that's where I came up with some of the questions I asked you before and just what the different compounds were. But I'm definitely going to get on that website and try some of them out. It was great meeting you guys and talking to you guys, and that was a really inspiring story, just how you put it together, and I learned a lot from this conversation. And when I am up there, I will definitely stop by CBD Storm, and hopefully I wish you guys blessings and that it grows, and hopefully you get a store down here in South Florida.
So much. Thank you for the opportunity, you know, to give us this chance, this outlet to have this interview. And
yeah, anytime.
Get a little bit of education to people, you know, that it's not just CBD, it's a little bit different than what people think.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of people don't have the right view on it. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys coming on. Hopefully I'll see you guys again on here sometime soon. But I have a feeling I'll be seeing you at the store before that, because I literally wish you guys were here, because it sounds like the chillest time just to be over there, you know, smoking on your Delta, whatever it is, you know, being able to have an open mic like that. It's just, it's a time where that's needed. You know, a lot of people need that type of outlet, you know, so on both ends, you guys are doing great things. And I can't wait to meet you in person, to see the store, and to experience it myself.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So have a good rest of your day. I know you said you're going to be you got busy later on today. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for educating everybody. And so that's cbdstorm.com. All right. Have a good afternoon, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right.